This morning, we are talking about something that was launched on Friday, something that will go a long way in helping those that have hearing impairment to change their way of living. And to help us through this conversation with me in studio, Emery Nzira Batinya, who is a General Manager, Kenya and Africa, Starkey Hearing and Technology. Thank you. And Jessica Bechara, Managing Director, Middle East and Africa from Starkey Hearing Technology. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Definitely this is a game changer, but before we get to what the hearing aid is about, let's talk about the connection between health and hearing. Let's talk about that, Emery.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks a lot for having me here. It is imperative to state that actually the connection between health and hearing is important. Actually, as we know, the body has got different organs, and actually the ear is one of the most important organ of the body. Mm-hmm. And as we go along, we know that there's so much dynamism in as far as these problems to noise pollution. And of course, you did give very good statistics based on what you shared with us. And of course, that's where we come in as Starkey Hearing Technologies to try and assert and make sure that we are able to avert the problem and actually give the service and be there for the customers and for the patients.
All right, so Jessica, this, as I said, is a game changer in as far as hearing aids are concerned, and it opens up the world for those that are hearing impaired in a way than like no time before. So just give us a breakdown of what exactly the product is about and what it will be coming to change that wasn't in other hearing aids.
Yeah, true. As Emre was saying, and you were saying that the problem with hearing is it's very common. It's in all families. Actually, 1 of 6 people have hearing problems. It's a very common thing. And people, when they get older and age, this problem becomes more profound and more obvious. So we are trying to really make more awareness of what hearing loss is and the problem for hearing loss. And also, people today want to live healthier lives too. And better hearing is part of being a healthier person. When you hear better, you can communicate better, you can share ideas better. And if you don't hear well, you become more isolated, you become more not feeling good about what's happening in your life, and you lose a very precious gift. So really here is what we are linking with this new technology. It's a really interesting technology because we're bringing different parts using artificial intelligence and a small device that you put in your ear to really improve your hearing and also monitor your healthy life. So in simple terms, what happens is that when I have the device in my ear, I can hear better, and at the same time I can monitor different things in my body. I can monitor how many steps I'm doing per day, my activity, my physical activity. I can monitor my heart rate as well. I can monitor how much sound is coming to my brain, because sound is like food to the brain. So I need to monitor that. And this is the nice thing about what this technology is doing. Is for the first time, it's a multi-purpose device, helping in hearing and helping in monitoring your health.
Okay, now Emery, we're living in a digital era. Definitely with what you're talking about, it comes to help, kind of those with hearing impairments to keep up with the rest of the world. For example, if I'm working out and this thing can tell me how many steps I took, definitely it keeps me healthy. But then again, when it comes to, your tech devices, even at home, it helps you along with that, right? Explain.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I think, and you're making a very good point, because even to complement what I think Jiska was talking about is like, first of all, let's look at the consequences of hearing loss. You're looking at sometimes, when anyone who has a hearing loss tends to be secluded, tends to withdraw. And the consequences to those such issues, you'll find that more or less people will have dementia, you'll have imbalance in terms of like, you're not sure exactly probably where you are, and you can fall and all that. But this is, to me, and to be frank with you, is when I compliment what Jiska said, is that this technology is important because, one, it does actually correct your hearing loss, but again, it also does, we tend to call it a healthable hearing device.
Okay.
Yes, based on the facts that actually, if you look at statistics, by the time you're 45 years to 65 years, and you don't make sure that actually that you attend to hearing loss, the problem would be is that your brain degenerates. Now, so the correlation between the two is that actually the hearing aid And especially here, the one we just launched on Friday, Live Your Artificial Intelligence, is that actually tends to mitigate all this. Yeah.
Okay, so Jiska, we're talking about body and brain health tracking, Thrive Assistant, Fall Alert, heart rate, hearing care, self-check. I mean, the list goes on, and even using your mobile phone.
Sure. Yeah.
So how is that going to, how do you connect the two, especially with the phone calls, your Bluetooth, your remote control? Tell us more about this device.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice interaction between the hearing device and the cell phone. Today, everybody has a smartphone, and we're using this connection to really monitor your health. So actually, the hearing aid itself, the hearing device, has a sensor. So if I'm doing a walk per day and I'm doing an exercise, as soon as I connect to my phone via Bluetooth, the phone is like a mirror. It will actually tell me how many steps I took per day. It's motivating me to be more active. So I'm using my phone to get that data, or to see the data that the hearing aid recorded. Also, it can help me translate languages too. So you can be speaking in French and I can hear you in English. So
yes, there was a translation to 29 languages?
Yeah, it does 29 different languages. So that's one of the nice features that's happening. It also helps me connect to the cloud. You can ask me any question, and I can tap my hearing device and actually ask it, any question. What time is it right now in Washington, D.C.? And it will tell me actually what time is it in my ear, and I can answer you. So it's actually connected to multiple information sources via its own sensors, and also using the telephone technology as well. So it's a really revolutionary device that we have.
Okay, so Emery was saying whether it's iOS or Android, I'm set to use this device, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're set to use it. And actually, to complement what this guy is talking about, there's also something else which is very important. There's the issue you talked about of the fall alert. Basically, with the fall alert, that's very important because one, actually, you can set it up to 3 people who can know that you've fallen at this particular place, and they will get a message alert, and they will get through GPS exactly where you are. So that's very important. Another thing is also, there's what I might want to call emergency alert. Someone might come and put you at gunpoint. So pretty much, if you can see, I'm wearing my hearing aid.
Oh wow, it wasn't even visible.
Yeah, so you see,
that's how tiny it is.
Yes, but literally what I could do is that if I'm put at gunpoint, I'll just put up my hands and I'll hold and I'll tap it. But for you, you'll think my hands are up and I'm saying I'm surrendering. So it will send these signals, and as you can see, it's
will send the location as well.
And location as well.
You are
and it's as simple as this. It's a very simple,
it's
tiny.
very tiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so definitely it's reducing the size of the hearing aids as we knew what they were.
Yes.
And of course, with all the artificial intelligence. But this is Africa. So the first thing is, many say, oh, you need rechargeable batteries. Some people, it's expensive for them. But I believe this one comes as a rechargeable, right?
Yeah, there is an option for it to be rechargeable, and there's an option for it to use a regular battery. So we have both options for that. The sizes, as Imre was showing, is small. I'm wearing my own device as well. And I mean, I don't have hearing loss. I just use it to monitor my steps per day. I use it to actually do some translations sometimes. I travel a lot, so I've been using it for that. And mostly to monitor my health. I can also put a heart rate monitor in there as well, so I can monitor my heart rates as well. So it's a really multiple purpose device. If I actually don't hear well, it helps me hear better as well. So that's how dynamic this technology really is, and this is where it's going.
Okay, so you don't necessarily to have a hearing impairment. It can actually help you, as you're speaking about your health point of view and what have you. But now there are people who would wonder, fine, it sounds very technologically advanced. It sounds very expensive. What are you doing to ensure that those, especially in the Kenyan market, Emery, are able to access it?
Yeah, so first of all, let's understand and discern very well that this hearing aid is not a hearing aid that is only used by people who have a hearing loss. It actually, through what Giscard did mention, it's a multi-purpose aid. So again, we do understand that there are different dynamism as far as markets are concerned. And as far as we are concerned, it's not even a question of price per se. Once you are able to discern and understand that you've got this particular problem, and the most important thing is getting to the heart of that particular patient, it is not what you might think that very high in terms of price.
Okay, now
Yeah.
definitely in terms of investment, a hearing aid is one of those things that's important for anyone
Sure.
with a hearing impairment.
Yeah.
But as you're saying, it's multi-purpose. But there are those people who would want to have this gadget because it's coming to change their lives and
Yeah.
definitely making their life easier. So coming into this market, are you also tapping into different stakeholders to ensure, like insurance companies and other health practitioners, to ensure that it is easily available for those who really, really need it?
Yes, we are making it affordable, available in different tier levels as well. I mean, Starkey is a well-known company that we really care about the user, the patient. We really consult with them. As Imri was saying, you know, if a patient has hearing loss, the value of actually getting back to good hearing, to better hearing, it has no price. I mean, you live all your life, you work hard, and then you lose your hearing. Getting a device like this, it can be affordable. We can make it affordable for you because we really share the care with the patients. That's really what Starkey is all about. We are a 50-year-old plus company with thousands of employees around the world that really share care for people who have a hearing problem. So we will bring that solution to the patients, to the users. And what we're trying to say here today is that this also is opening more for the artificial intelligence and the sensors to other users who are interested. And obviously, everyone has their own interest why they would use this device. So it is an affordable device, in my opinion. It's definitely affordable, and we can definitely help a lot of people with that.
Okay, let's talk about sustenance. Emery, I mean, when you go to get a hearing aid, there's a fitting, there's a follow-up, there's a routine cleanings and all that. How will that look like from your point of view?
Okay, good. And I think that's a very pertinent and good question. So let's look at it first of all this way. Stark Hearing Technologies has got 2 facilities in Nairobi. And it's the only place you have the headquarters for Stark Hearing Technologies in Africa. Now, we've got the administrative offices along Ngong Road, but together where we also have the only 3D lab, a 3D scanner that actually I can take your impressions today, and tomorrow I can get you your custom made. Yes, absolutely. Which used to be, would take about like 2 to 3 weeks in terms of like shipment and all that if you're getting it from Europe or North America. So now we've brought the services next to the common man in Africa. So that's one. 2, we've got the flow, and I like the word. I like that you did use the word flow.
Yes.
So we've got like more or less like a customer flow, whereby you come in first of all. So let's understand that you coming to Stark Hearing Technologies, it's not that you're coming over the counter and you want to buy headaches because you have a headache.
Okay.
No. So we want you to come, go through our services from the reception to otoscopy. By otoscopy, I mean your ears get cleaned. We get to check you and assess that you don't have, let's say, any form of infection. And then from there, you go to the next point now where they are able to assess the level of your hearing loss. Is it mild? Is it moderate? Is it severe? Is it profound? Then from there, the audiologist is able to ascertain what kind of hearing aid you do require. So you're within our means and you're within our hands, and we're providing the best service, and we're in a position to tell that this is the best hearing aid that you do require. Absolutely.
Okay, now just good. Emery talked about customization. Are there different colors that they come with, different sizes, depending on the need?
Yep.
Because I even see the 2 are a bit different from each other, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the different colors. I have the black
Yeah.
one,
Okay.
it has the bronze one.
Yeah.
Those particular devices, the Livio AI device, the artificial intelligence, just come in this kind of model. But Starkey does have different customizable models of hearing devices. Some of them don't have all those advanced technologies that we're talking about, because some patients really just want to hear better, and they just want a hearing device that really goes inside the ear. So we have those customizable type of devices. Those customizable devices don't have those advanced features. So that's how we really consult with the patient, understand what they want, what they're looking for, and we give them the best solution for them to to go back to their life. That's really our core essence of Starkey. But looping back to what we launched right now is this has moved so much forward and with so much technology. a person who is in their 50s, for example, they're connected to their phone a lot. They need to hear their phone conversations. They need to track their physical activity. So if they wear a device like that, as I said, it can help them with multi-purpose usages.
Yeah. Okay, Emery, we are talking about the elderly a lot, but we know hearing impairment can also affect children.
Yeah.
Do you have that in mind, and are you going to be catering for that age group?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do cut across the whole board. So we cater for children, and actually, as I may reiterate, is that our clinic, which is at Upper Hill, at KMS Center along Mara Road, we do care we do care for kids, and we've got certain machines that care for them, which I might call the ABR machines. So our audiologists are specialized enough to know that from a kid of about even 1 year old to an elderly person who is about like even 90 years old, all that threshold, we've got it at hand.
Okay, now I'll throw this question to you because you are Kenyan, or at least you're based here.
Yeah.
Somebody's listening to this conversation and they're like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. It's about time we had this.
Absolutely.
But it sounds, it's over there in Nairobi. The question is, going forward, I know you just launched on Friday,
Yes.
but would you be planning to probably go closer to the counties and closer to the people and see how best you can connect with them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got such a program, and I think that's a very good question. So we are planning to see how we can decentralize, because you don't expect someone to come from Turkana or maybe someone to come from Garissa and come to Nairobi just to get this particular hearing aid. So we work with county governments. We work with government institutions. As Jiska mentioned earlier, we work with the Ministry of Defense. So most of the time we even visit the military barracks and take the services to the patients.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's very possible.
All right, Jiska, it definitely is important to be where the people are, where the need is. So the question is, you're using this device, sustainability. Is there somebody to take care of it, service it?
Yeah,
what do I do about that?
That's actually a very good question, and this is where Starkey is a different, player in this, because when we talk to the user, we also present for them what we call an aftercare program. We want to see the user all the time. We want to follow up with them all the time to make sure they're using their device, they're benefiting from the device, and in case anything that happened with it, mechanically, we can service them, and we have warranty services for them, repair services for them. We have the most advanced lab in Africa is actually here in Nairobi, so we have all of that set up over here. And it's true, we are improving as well. We want to reach different parts of the country, and it's the beautiful thing I can share with you is that there's genuine interest from counties, from officials, from the Ministry of Health, even to the top, that they have said, we want to present this to our citizens here. We have a lot of issues in Kenya and in Africa, and we want to have that help. So we are really building that road toward that, and obviously Emir is leading our team here and identifying our future opportunities.
So clearly, Emery, you have a lot on your laps, because I mean, when it comes to the maintenance of them, as you're saying, your tentacles, as you spread yourself out across the country, such things like maintenance is very important. That's why somebody would say, okay, fine, do I want to invest in this, and is it something that will be sustained for my use, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't agree more, because at the end of the day, what I'm looking at is that how do we sustain it, and in terms of sustainability, we're looking at follow-up. We've got a very clear system of follow-up. We fit you today. That is not the end of the story. You did not buy these things over the counter, as I mentioned earlier. So we have your details, and I'll get to call you and I say, okay, so maybe after a week, how is your hearing aid? Because you might have issues. So I think that's how we create such a relationship which actually takes us to the next level, and actually which do us a big favor in terms of leverage with sustainability as far as the hearing aid is concerned.
Okay, so even as we wrap up this conversation, Jiska, you've been doing this for a while. It has made huge differences. I mean, Kenya is one of the first countries in Africa, I believe, that you're coming into the market. So this has happened and worked in different parts of the country. Or rather the world, what are the direct impacts that you have seen?
You see the impact actually straight to the point, like straight on time, real time. Whenever I have a person who comes in who, sometimes they feel desperate, sometimes they feel depressed, they feel detached from their family. And hearing loss actually not only affects the person itself, himself or herself, it affects the family around them. They lose the communication with that person that they love. So they come to us, we sit with them, we put the devices on them, we really find the right thresholds for them, we activate those devices, and it's a change of the world for them. They can start hearing their telephone ringing, they can start hearing the conversation. They hear simple things like a water tap or a bird singing, and they're like, wow, I haven't heard that for a long time. It changes their life completely. So the impact is straight on, and it actually gives us it's like it's something that gets us addicted to actually do better and really give everything we know for that patient. It comes from our founder of our company, who is still till today, every day with patients, making sure that we can change their lives to improve them. And that's the message we're trying to bring to Kenya over here, that today we have technology, we have the people, and we have the heart to actually do it, and we are doing it. So if you have anyone in your family who's suffering from that, you lose their connection, just bring them to Starkey. We can help them. We have different ways we can help them as well. Not only in the commercial side, we have different projects that we have done in Kenya throughout the years, where we help people who cannot actually afford hearing devices as well. So we have that in our core of our company, because our message is really to hearing is our concern, is just to make them connect back to life and to their families.
Okay, and Emory, different places have different needs. Yep. Yeah, Kenya has its own special set of needs, and definitely this is coming to change people's lives. What would you put out there to ensure or just assure those that really need this device?
Yeah, of course, and as you put it very well, different places have got different needs, and based on the assessments, it does call you to sit back and watch and say, how do I attend to this particular needs? So it's quite interesting to see that, first of all, we've set foot in Africa, and where we set foot in Africa is in Nairobi. It's challenging, but it's interesting, and we've seen multiple breakthroughs in terms of impetus on how we're working and all that. So, and we're working also within the region. We're working in Tanzania, in Rwanda, and Zimbabwe. So we are looking into going into Ethiopia. All these scenarios give you different dynamism. And it shows you that at the end of the day, what is important is to make sure that the people gain what is the most important concept, which is hear better, live better.
Definitely. Well, all I hear is that there's a lot of independence that will come with the Livio AI, which is artificial intelligence. It was launched in the market on Friday and definitely coming to change the lives of those with hearing impairment. But as I said, it also is a multi-purpose hearing aid. You can use it to even translate those languages, because it can translate 29 languages. Gentlemen, Emory Nzira Batinya, General Manager Kenya and Africa for Starkey Hearing Technology, Giscard Bechara, Managing Director, Middle East and Africa, Starkey Hearing Technology. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thanks for having us.